Welcome to this webinar about enhanced chart of accounts setup. So today's agenda is to first just give you a brief introduction with some practical info, and then I will explain the changes that are made and how this will affect you as a user. Before I will enter RamBase to show you some of the new functionality that is added. So my name is Daniel, and today we are going to focus on the enhancements that we have made to the chart of accounts setup. If you do have any questions, please feel free to ask by using the chat functionality, or you could save them to the end of the session. We will open up for questions then. I will also kindly ask you to mute yourself during the presentation. So first thing that is changed is that we have added functionality to assign a category to a general ledger account. For now, we have 4 fixed categories that is possible to choose between. It's bank, fixed assets, payables, and receivables. And the only category that we have created any logic to at this moment is the bank category. If you now create any new general ledger accounts and want to connect them to one of your bank accounts in the bank application, they must have category set to bank. Please note that existing accounts that are already connected to the bank application will not be affected by this change. Other than that, there is no functionality connected to these categories at the moment, but it is a foundation for future functionality. The next thing that is added is the possibility to create account group codes and assign general ledger accounts to them. We have created some templates for Norway, Sweden, and Poland at the moment, but it is also possible to create your own group codes. This can be used to divide your chart of accounts into given sections. Regarding functionality, we will implement logic between the account group codes and the JPK-KR file in Poland. So for Polish companies, it will be important to set this up. For other companies, it is not necessary to set this up at the moment. I can also mention at the same time that the existing AGC application is now renamed to Report Account Groups to better describe the purpose of this archive. The last thing we have added is the possibility to build a tree-structured chart of account. This can be done by defining a parent account and to define a general ledger account as a control account. Control accounts are GL accounts that you are not allowed to post directly to, but instead they sum up all the postings that are done to their sub-accounts. I will show you this in the live demo afterwards. So how will this affect you as a user? Now, if you create a new general ledger account, as I mentioned, that are going to be used in the bank application, you must now set category equal to bank. And for Polish customers, they must remember to set up account group codes, as this will be used in the JPK-KR file. This logic against the JPK file is not yet implemented, but it will be implemented. So none of the other functionality are mandatory to use and should not affect this daily use of RamBase. Now let's go into the system to see some of the changes that are made. So first thing I want to show you is the new company setting that is now added under Finance and General Ledger. Here we now have a setting to activate the tree structure functionality. Specifically, this enabled two fields on the general ledger account. First, the ability to define a parent account, and second, the ability to define an account as a control account. So let's go into the chart of account to see how this looks like when this is enabled. So as you can see, this account is set up with 036 as parent account, meaning all postings done to this account will also be summed up to the parent account. Now, if I enter this parent account, we can see how the parent account looks like. Here we can see that 0361 has a lot fewer fields. This is because this is marked as a control account, as you can see here. A control account does not allow for direct postings. It will only sum up the postings that are done to sub-accounts. And also, as you can see, this control account has another control account as a parent. So this is only a mid-level account. So it is possible to build your chart of account with multiple levels. The only restriction is that it is not possible to place a normal or posting account under another posting account. So only control accounts can be chosen as parents. So now if I enter the 036, I can see that there are posted here a debit amount in October on 9,008. So if I enter this, I get a list over all postings done to sub-accounts that all have the 036 as the top level parent. So these postings are not done directly to the 036, but to its sub-accounts. So let's jump back to the chart of account to also check out the new account group functionality. To do this, I'm just going to change the database. And I find the new account group archive under base registered and account groups. As you can see, I have already created 8 different group codes based on the Norwegian chart of accounts. I've done this by using the create initial group codes, as you can see in the top right corner. This create group codes based on fixed templates in RamBase. And as mentioned, we currently have templates for Norway, Sweden, and Poland. To add general ledger accounts to a group codes, there are different ways of doing this. I can add one-on-one manually from the GL account card, but I can also choose to assign GL accounts. This button right there, assign GL accounts, which will auto-assign general ledger accounts to the given group code based on a match of the first digit on the general ledger account and the group code. So for example, if I stand on group code 2 right here, which is empty right now, I press the assign GL accounts. Now you can see that all general ledger accounts starting with 2 is assigned to this group code for equity and debt. And also if I enter one of the accounts, I can see here that this now has account group 2, equity and debt. So that was all I wanted to show you at this time. So thank you for your attention and have a great day.